Hi guys, I'm Kevin Evangelista. Welcome to the channel, and today we've got something special. So I'm not sure if this is actually the first time, but I feel like this is the first time that Gigabyte sent over a laptop so we can test it out. First of all, this is not kind of like a review or anything. This is mostly like a feature overview of one of their new laptops. This is the Gigabyte Gaming A16. So I'm just going to put like the model number here. But yeah, this is one of the models that I was able to see or experience during Computex 2025 earlier this year. And yeah, it has hit stores here in the Philippines and you can now buy them. As with most of Gigabyte's laptops this year, including the Aero series and the, what was the gaming one? The Aorus series. Their entire laptop line for this year consists of a lot of AI-powered laptops, and this one is no exception. Yeah, we're going to check this out. We're going to see what's in the box. What are the features of the laptop? We're going to take it through the usual tests that I do for laptops, and we're kind of going to give it like a pre-verdict of what we can find out with this laptop. As you can see, I am using the new set here. I am trying the set out. Let me know in the comments if this kind of like setup is better for like my for like my unboxings. I know you haven't seen me or my face in a while. Life gets in the way of a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel. So yeah, opening up the box, and yeah, it comes in a fairly like stripped down box. This is just cardboard, but I have no problem with that. I much prefer having these like barely painted or barely printed on cardboard for these laptops, because you use these ones, then you throw them away, and the more biodegradable they are, the better it is for me. Upon opening it up, we have the laptop itself. All right, it says here Game It All. I'm going to check the specs later to see if it can really game it all, but we have the quick start guide. We have the GiMate stickers, which are pretty cool because they're see-through, somewhat like the Apple stickers. I like stickers. Unfortunately, I cannot keep those because this is a loaner unit, and we have the warranty card for this laptop. So yeah, everything else, there should be nothing else in this box. None of the flaps are like openable, just this one. And I am pretty sure I know what's inside. It's the power brick. Let's put the box away. All right, before we head on over to the laptop, let's check this power brick first. This is made by FSP. Wow. Good job. Gigabyte FSP is a really good power supply manufacturer, and this one is a 150 watt power supply. All right. It is kind of low for a gaming laptop, which usually like hovers around 180 to around like 220 for the more powerful ones. So we would kind of have to assume that this has some power limitations to it. But yeah, Game It All on the cover. Please do not lose this, because if you are a laptop, if you are a mainly laptop person, you are going to need like a case for your laptop. And if you haven't like bought one, this floppy thing, you can use that as a temporary like case for your laptop. And yeah, this is the Gigabyte Gaming A16. As you can see, fairly fancy laptop. Look at that. It has kind of like that shimmery text on the logo. I don't know if you can see this on the main cam. Oh, there we go. You can see it on the main cam. It's a fairly simple looking laptop. It does not have any kind of like gamery designs here at the front, unlike some laptops on the market right now. It does have a butt. This is kind of like the weird butt that these laptops come with now. And it has no ports on the butt. Let's have a split rear exhaust here, which means we are probably running 2 fans. Oh, and yeah, we can see it is running 2 fans. We can see one under here and one under here. Or although there is like a big like chunk here of non-vented area. So I am not entirely sure how powerful the cooling system here is. But Gigabyte did not tell me to not open up this laptop, and I usually translate that to, yes, sure, you can open up the laptop, Kevin. So later we're going to open up this laptop. And yeah, so far it has been pretty good. It is a fairly weighty laptop. If I had to hazard a guess, this is kind of like this is like 2 kilograms to 2.5. It is primarily made of plastic. This one is a plastic panel. Let's check out the ports. Left-hand side ports, we have the DC in, the barrel charger in. We have an RJ45 Ethernet, always really good to see that on a laptop. We have an HDMI. I think this is a 2.1 TMDS. It is as good as HDMI 2.1 can get, although you are going to be hindered with some like very advanced features, but for everyday use, HDMI 2.1 TMDS is pretty okay. Then we have a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A port. Then this is a USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type C, which also supports DisplayPort 1.4 and 65 watts of power delivery, which is really good. Then over on the right-hand side, sorry if you can hear me sniffling, I am currently sick, but the show has to go on. This one is another super speed port. This is another USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A. Then this one is a USB 2.0, so if you want to connect like peripherals or something. Then we have a unified headphone and microphone combo jack. I would have preferred for this like USB 2.0 to be gone. Why would you put a USB 2.0 on this, Gigabyte? It is long overdue to be taken to the farm, I guess. Taken to the farm upstate. But yeah, I would have loved to see this replaced with a USB-C or just another USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A. And yeah, those are the ports. There are no ports here at the front, nor should there be. And there are no ports here at the back, only exhaust ports. All right. It is pretty straightforward as a laptop, and that's good to see. All right, time to open it up. Time to open up this laptop. There we go. No, it has the little like keyboard protector. It's a fairly simple top plate, I guess. So it has the regular like chiclet style keyboard. There is a lot of space here at the sides, although I am not seeing a speaker grill here. So I have to assume that the speakers on this are bottom firing, which I really do not recommend on a laptop. But we'll see in the test later if this sounds acceptable by our standards. Also, if you're laptop manufacturers, if you're not going to be putting like speaker grills here at the front, so the speakers are like top firing or like angled towards the user, just put like a numpad here. Just put a numpad. A numpad is very useful for a lot of people, even the gamers, especially MMORPG players. Something very interesting to note about this keyboard is we have the dedicated Copilot button, which is okay. I guess I use Copilot a lot, but I wouldn't want like a dedicated Copilot like button on the keyboard. Then we also have the dedicated GiMate button on the keyboard right beside delete, but I am not entirely sure how useful that button is going to be. We're going to see how useful GiMate is going to be later, what kind of features it has. But yeah, as we can see here, it is running an AMD Ryzen 7 CPU processor, and it is running a GeForce RTX GPU, laptop GPU. Time to start this up. Also, can we check if this is a 180-degree lay flat hinge? It is! It is a 180-degree lay flat hinge. Time to turn it on so Bcam can see what kind of screen it has. I hope this has a good screen. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice on Bcam. Let's see if it registers well with A-cam. Yeah, it looks good. It is a good looking screen. It is an LCD screen. It is not an OLED screen. That's a pretty good screen. It is pretty bright. It is a 16-inch screen. So it's not 16 by 9, it is 16 by 10. It is a 90% screen ratio display. And it is an IPS LCD. So, of course, the very first thing that we're going to do is turn on OBS. All right, DXDiag started here. So yeah, we are running Windows 11 Home. We have the processor, which is an AMD Ryzen 7 260, which has 16 CPUs and is running at 3.8 gigahertz. So I am going to be putting the specs of this processor package here. We are running 16 gigs of RAM. I think this is DDR5 5600 RAM, which is pretty okay. Give me a second to plug this laptop in so we can see the dedicated GPU that this laptop has. All right, so for the in-package graphics, we have the AMD Radeon 780M, but for the discrete graphics card, we are running an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 laptop GPU. It has 8 gigs of GDDR7, I think. All right, so that's the DirectX diagnostic tool. Let's check out the display settings. So this is where we can see the display information. So we're currently running at 1920 by 1200 at 165 Hertz. Looks like we are not running a VRR display because dynamic refresh rate is not enabled. But yeah, 165 Hertz IPS LCD, and it's running at 1920 at 1200, 1920 by 1200. It's not like a best laptop display, although it is kind of acceptable because, you know, this is not like a top tier gaming laptop. It's a sensible one. It's a sensible one. And this is what the webcam looks like. You can see my wife there in the background. She's working. But yeah, this is a fairly well lit area of the house. And yeah, I even have this light pointed right at the camera, but it's still capturing a very, very clear image. This is passable, although this is only just a 720p camera. It's not a 1080p nor a 4K camera, but it does have Windows Hello facial recognition. It does have an IR sensor, so you can use Windows Hello login, facial recognition login, which is really good. It does not have fingerprint scanner though, so it's fine. If you're going to be logging in biometrically, at least you can use your face. It's an okay laptop. You can use it for work, and you can use it for work and school. If you have to attend online classes, or if you're working from home and you need to take some meetings, this will work relatively fine. Also, this is how the mic sounds. I am not entirely sure how the mic sounds right now, but yeah, this is how it sounds. Hopefully it's passable. I'm just going to put on the bottom my findings, but yeah, I have to assume that these are beamforming microphones because I can see 2 microphones here at the front. So yeah, I hope they're capturing my voice clear enough. All right, speaker test. And I think this is going to be kind of a contentious one for this laptop, because in my previous laptop unboxings with models from different brands, I have been using my SM57 as my mic, and it's usually positioned somewhere near my ears are, just so I can show how the laptop sounds relatively close to how you're going to hear it in person. But unfortunately, that setup is not available right now. I still do have it, my SM57, but I don't know how to connect it to my current recording setup, which is not here on the main desk. It's here on the secondary desk. So you're going to have to settle for the lapel audio. I am going to be removing all of the post-processing for this segment, and I'm going to be shutting up for a little bit just so you can hear how the laptop registers itself on the lapel. I've also turned off like noise reduction for this segment. So yeah, this is how the Gigabyte Gaming A16 sounds at 70% volume playing Scarlet Fire. Alright, it sounds good. It sounds okay for a laptop. It's not like super impressive or anything, but it sounds loud enough. That was at 70% volume, and it sounds okay. A bit lacking in bass, but there is some volume to it. There is some punch to it. And I think the best thing about it is at least the highs aren't too like muffled. So it still has clear highs, which is good. If you are going to be using this laptop and you want to have like better audio on it, I suggest EQing it. I think it needs a little bit more, well, it needs a little bit more bass because these are bottom firing speakers, which usually like dampens down the bass. But you might also want to raise the mids a little bit because it sounds like it sounds very V signature-y. It sounds very modern. So yeah, it's not bad. You might have to EQ it. All right, before we head into some games, I would like to check out the GiMate suite here. So yeah, GiMate is kind of like it's kind of like Gigabyte's AI productivity, AI control suite for the laptop. And yeah, here at the homepage, we can see the current like performance metrics for the laptop. So the CPU is running at 3.8 gigahertz. The GPU, since we're not putting any kind of load on this, it's currently running at 435 megahertz. And yeah, as we can see here, it does have 8 gigs of GDDR5 VRAM ready to go. And for the RAM, we are currently using 62% of this. It's kind of high. It shouldn't be this high when you're using your laptop. It's just high right now because I am recording the screen using OBS. And yeah, I am correct. It is running DDR5 5600 megatransfers per second RAM, 16 gigs of that. Then we can move on to the system setting. As you can see here, this is where we can check all of the stuff that we can tweak about the performance of the laptop. We can adjust the power modes, charging mode. We can select between full capacity, balanced battery, or maximize battery health. I suggest using the balanced battery mode, max 80%. That's what I do with all of my mobile devices, especially my gaming handhelds and my other laptops. And yeah, this is where we can check the storage settings, the camera. Oh, we can actually activate and deactivate camera here, which is really nice instead of like having like a hardware toggle for the camera. Then yeah, we can control Dolby Atmos. The NVIDIA control panel we can launch, and the smart USB backup. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it creates a bootable USB drive with a factory recovery image. It's really good, especially if you're going to be upgrading the SSD on this. This is pretty good. And yeah, next up we have our scenario profiles. So yeah, we can choose between balance mode, game mode, creator mode, and power saving mode. Realistically, I would always just put this on game mode or creative mode. Then there's a lot of like utility tools here: AI conference background, AI eye contact, AI voice, AI audio, AI privacy. A lot of this is AI. These features should prove useful in everyday life. Then we have apps, and yeah, these are a lot of like AI creator apps, and this is what they've been kind of like mentioned in their PR kit. So we can launch Copilot, RTX AI Canvas, RTX AI Broadcast, and yeah, these are a lot of like built-in AIs already available on Windows, and available if you do have the corresponding hardware to run them. There is also a GiMate Creator app, which should load here. I'm not sure what kind of results that we can expect from here. But the first time I launched it, it was asking for kind of like an access token for Hugging Face, I think. And yeah, I'm not sure entirely how to use this, but you know, I'll probably make like a dedicated video about this later on. It looks like you can preload. It is returning with a lot of errors ever since I first booted it up. It is returning with a lot of errors for me, but it seems to be like you can load, or you can like set up locally running AI on your GiMate Creator account. And it has all these like models, like these text-to-image models or image-to-image models here. Yeah, you can get Stable Diffusion 3.5 large here and stuff like that. So if you want to like generate images or text locally here on your laptop, you can. I would love to see this in action, but unfortunately, it has been coming up with errors ever since I started using it, or ever since I started like tried booting it up. Before we run Battlefield 6 Redsec for our testing round, I just want to run 3D Mark on this just to see what kind of scores we can expect. All right, there we go. Let's see the Steel Nomad test. Bit of low FPS, although Steel Nomad is a pretty like demanding benchmark to run. We're hovering around 19, 18 FPS right now. Oh, I can hear the fans on the laptop start spooling up. All right, we have our result right now. We scored 1,805 points on DX12. All right, that's 3D Mark done. It's time to run Battlefield 6 Redsec. While I'm booting this up, I feel like I have to remind everyone that please do not judge my gameplay prowess with this, while Battlefield is the one game that I have been playing like ever since I've been gaming on a PC. I am not any good at it. I'm just okay with FPS shooters in general. Also, I'm old. FPS games I feel like are like young people games. You usually need that reflex kind of thing. All right, graphics and audio. All right, heading into graphics, we are going into custom graphics quality. Let's probably set it to high for now. All right, we're currently at high settings and we're at a steady 60 FPS. Oh, we're actually reaching up to 73. I can hear people walking, but I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, we're dipping down to 49 a bit. I keep forgetting there's no more tactical sprint in Battlefield. That was actually something that I really enjoyed from Battlefield 2042, the tactical sprint. We have yet to find an enemy. Hey.
Let's move! Mark Redsec!
So it is performing really well, around 40 FPS. I think if I tune the settings on here, I can get a little bit more. I don't think DLSS is turned on currently. If this has the DLSS on, it would probably perform a lot better. Kill the helicopter, dude. I will file it. Let him up. Oh no! That's Battlefield 6 on the Gigabyte Gaming A16. It performs really well. I haven't tuned any of the settings. We just ran bog standard high settings and it performed really good. We were able to hit up to 60, even up to 73, but we were running most of the time around 45 to 50 FPS. And for a laptop that's not even like marketed as the top of the tops, it performed really well. Alright, for our last segment in this video, we're going to take a peek inside the Gigabyte Gaming A16 to get a closer look at its hardware and see the options it has for expandability. To get the laptop opened, you just need to undo 11 screws here at the bottom. Please make sure to remember the correct placement of the screws when screwing them back in. After that, a little prying from our pry tool will separate the bottom panel from the body relatively easily. First thing we can notice here is its 76.1 watt-hour battery, which is an okay size for a laptop with specs like these. Then we can see the 512GB PCIe Gen 4 NVMe SSD here, with another slot here at the far right side for another NVMe SSD. So yeah, if you're lacking in storage, just put like 2 terabytes here and you're good to go. Then we see that the 16 gigs of DDR5 5600 megatransfers per second RAM is all on a single stick. So you're free to add another 16 gigs on the free slot if you need more RAM, or swap them out for 2 sticks of 32 gigabytes for a maximum of 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. That's pretty cool. Then we can see the 2 fans and the 4 heat pipe cooling solution Gigabyte has for the Gaming A16. It's a pretty standard layout, but it's pretty effective. So yeah, pretty good here, and easily open. So yeah, that's the Gigabyte Gaming A16. It's an impressive little laptop. Well, I wouldn't call it little, it is a 16-inch laptop, but it's an impressive laptop. I will be putting the price here because the PR kit that Gigabyte sent me did not include the price, but I am going to put the price here. And yeah, it seems to be a very good laptop for what it really is. It's a 16-inch laptop that's not entirely too heavy. It's not like built to withstand the elements, but it is going to give you the performance and the AI capabilities that you need to game and to do some creative work. It may sound like it, but I am not discounting the fact that this is running a Ryzen 7 and an RTX 5060 laptop GPU, which should be very good for like content creation, a lot of creative apps, especially from Adobe, or if you're using DaVinci Resolve. Even the 16 gigs of RAM, that's going to be very useful for video editing and photo editing. And it's got some AI features that may be a little wonky, but you know, it does have like the horsepower underneath the hood to really push local AI features, whether it be from Gigabyte or not. That's the Gigabyte Gaming A16. If you have any questions about this laptop, please head on down to the comments and leave them there. I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. I am not going to be keeping this laptop. It's actually going to be sent back like tomorrow. Also, if you want to buy this laptop for yourself, I have put affiliate links down in the description. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully I'm not sick by then. Bye.